Go ahead.
So we have the relays. Output from the output card. That's where they are.
The relays are activated by outputs from the output card in the PLC.
Yeah. Now this is showing some press interlocks of the wires. These are just the interlocks to the console. Distribution 724 drive enables. And there's a separate relay for the enable of the fin cores. That's separate. But it's effectively the E-stop, which is the drive enable.
So K72 is in fact the relay that the little one right beside.
Yeah, because that tells us that the bit that the contact is in, so that should be on. That's how we spotted that quickly.
Right.
Because that relay was not on.
And that comes on from the one that melted. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
because it's got a light on it and we can see that it's on. So that gives the game away. So the FinCore enable comes on with that, and then you have the FinCore forward and reverse for the old drives.
And that's what wire numbers are going out to the fin cores.
34 and 36,
Okay.
which are the traditional numbers that were there
Before.
before.
Prior. Okay.
And then we have the current reference to the FinCore drives.
I call it a 0 to 10. It is 0 to 10. in fact, isn't
Yes, it is.
Okay.
You're perfectly correct. These numbers are just typical, they're not
Necessarily for this.
specific to this. Again, we have some more interlock contacts. And the safe and ready lights and the bell. Press interlocks as per the original system. So this is showing all these wires, all the PD whatevers, and another sheet of them. Ethernet.
Yep.
This is the internal master Ethernet, not all the drives. So that's showing and that's why this is the same in all three masters. This part of it. In the press A, we also and the press B have the appropriate ones to the main drives, the additional channels. Because each drive has its own Ethernet. So nominally, press A is into press A's master, press B's into press B's master. That's it for the drive master. Now, here is the additional power supply in the folder A for the auxiliary to the switch. Showing the power supply.
That's a secondary power supply for the Ethernet.
Yes. Should you turn the master off?
Gotcha.
And you run it from the standby. Now, what this is telling us, this is showing us where all the drive on signals and the drive selected signals go to various masters in their terminal rails, which are the terminal rails in the bottom of the masters. So this is drive master A's terminal block, drive master S's terminal block. So that's drives 1 to 6, and then we're followed by drives up to 10. And this is showing us where this one here is a selectable drive, and it goes to press A, standby, and press B. And more drives that go to all three, and then we revert to drive 15, which only goes to the B and the standby, and so on. So these ones are not going to the A at all. Same as the other end was
Right.
not going to the B. That's what all that's about. So I've drawn these drawings because I thought
Those are rather nice hand-drawn drawings, aren't they?
they're half a scruffy, really.
You think
because
so?
I didn't have a ruler.
Let's see, it looks pretty good to me.
But you know, Sean will draw these. Sean will draw these in a pretty manner for you,
Okay.
I believe. Okay, so that was that lot. Main drive. We've touched on this before. So this is showing us the power circuit. Picture of the drive, which is not very useful. I never knew why we did that. The power distribution within the drive cabinet. The drive relays, 115 volts. The drive relays, 24 volts, the 24 volt circuit within the drive.
Now, the 115 volt drive relays are fed from, not off the transformer, from that main breaker.
They're fed from the yes, they are.
They are.
Most of them, but there are some external 150
Right.
for the selection.
Okay.
And the other sheet shows us the cable that goes from the drive to the the thing on the door, and the Ethernet connections. That's just for completeness. And again, we have the bigger drive, and it's the same circuits, exactly, albeit a bigger drive. Shows the same circuits. So that's identical, albeit a different power drive. 24 volts. Selection cabinet. These are the parts I've added to the selection cabinet. We have these relays that come on when you turn the big switch and select the appropriate master to the standby. It also selects the proper masters or deselects them, whichever way you put that. So we have the standby master, and this signal selects it to be either a A or B press if it's selected. And then we have the relay here which selects the A press, which I should put a label on the drawing so we know that, and also the one for the B. I need to put something on there. And finally, I'll do that. Finally, the selection for changing the selection from the A press or the B press for the standby master when it is being used for either of the presses. So the default with the relay out is press A, and if it's selected, press E, and it gets the proper selection for being selected the other way for these selectable drives.
You need a tripod.
Yeah, my fingers. Is that it, Ian?
I think it is.
It's awesome.
I think we've done.
All right.